The Cairns Taipans taking on the Brisbane Bullets. Now, these two teams are the worst defensive teams in the league, ranked 9th and 10th respectively. But the last time these two teams met, they combined for a total 198 points. So I'm expecting a all-out offensive display tonight. But before tip-off, jump into the Dabble app, scroll through the activity feed. If there's a bet you like, hit that copy bet button, or you can simply make your own, but dabble responsibly and enjoy the game.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
It's the old cliche, right? You're trying to take one game at a time, but you know, we are behind the 8 ball. We're not trying to do anything else other than just try to build consistency from game to game.
Andrew, the nice pass to King, it throws it down.
No Japon Freeman Liberty and no Tyrell Harrison. To whom do the Bullets turn to get some points on the board?
Again, it's tough when you're losing players and guys going down, but the guys that's out there, they fighting. That's all I can ask for.
Wow! Terry Taylor with the lefty lash. Both of these teams very much in need of a win.
Every time we step on the floor, we just give it our best.
We want to keep building on just playing good basketball and trying to put 40 minutes of consistent basketball together.
Hello and welcome to one of the most scenic cities and venues in the NBL, the Cairns Convention Centre, as the Taipans take on the Brisbane Bullets in a game that has been 3 days in the making. Originally scheduled for Saturday night, Cyclone Koji meant it was unsafe to play and it's been moved to tonight, Monday. Both of these teams starved of wins throughout the season and desperate not to be delivered that timber spoon at the end of the season. Adam Ford and Darren McDonald, both certainly ready to go. Derek Rucker, Damon Lowry, let's get this thing underway.
Yep, here we are, Felix. Better late than never. Both of these teams are down the bottom of the ladder, and I'm telling you, two desperate teams. Nobody wants to finish this season with the wooden spoon, like you said, so I'm expecting a real high-quality game of basketball today.
And different approaches from both teams. The Cairns Taipans feel like they're 5. If they would have had them most of the season, they'd be a lot better off, whereas the Bullets, it's a lot of guys auditioning for jobs in the future.
Certainly is. We'll touch on that in a moment. But the Cairns Taipans, at least they're coming into this one with some momentum. A fantastic win over Melbourne United, who may be out of form. But the Taipans played some very good basketball and fought it out down the stretch.
Yeah, the Cairns Taipans had a great one-point win over Melbourne United and exposed probably some more cracks in the United chink in their armor, I should say. And that man right there on the screen, Derek, Sam Wardenberg, 20 points, 9 boards. He's a mismatch problem. How you like his game?
Oh, well, he's one of the best in the competition at the position, and he's inside, outside. He's athletic. He has good agility. He handles the ball better than you think, and almost always is a double-double threat anytime he takes the floor.
Oh, you talk about double-double threat. What a segue that is, because Andrew Andrews did just that. 13 and 13 in that game against Melbourne United. We've seen the best of him, and we've seen the worst of him this year. But against Melbourne, he came to play.
That was his best game, in my opinion. 13 points to 13 dimes. It was the way he did it. He's always been a scorer, but I felt like the balance between scoring and distributing was always a little bit off. In that game against Melbourne United, he found a perfect balance of getting his team involved as well as hitting some big shots down the stretch. If he can continue to play like that, Cairns going to be a tough beat for the rest of the season.
Well, it's all based on how patient and disciplined he's willing to be. Just playing that many minutes and handling the ball that much with the usage he has, the game is naturally going to present opportunities for him to take over. He's just got to read the game properly.
The Brisbane Bullets come into this one off 4 consecutive defeats, and it's been a season to forget. Coach gone, imports gone, a lot of changes, and they'll be looking to bounce back tonight.
One thing about Daryl McDonald coach team is they're going to play with some heart. They're going to play with some fight, because Daryl, that's who he was as a player. That's who he is as a coach. And like you said earlier, Derek, guys are playing for contracts in the future. This dude right here on the screen, Hunter Maldonado, is a good example of that.
Well, I like what he did on debut for the Bullets. You see the numbers there, but I just like what he represents as a person. I think he's the type of character in his playing style and who he is as a person that the Bullets would like to carry forward with.
Well, fellas, there was only one person brave enough to catch the flight down there during a cyclone, and that is the Honourable Joe Healy. What's it like down there?
I took one for the team, guys, but I've got to say it hasn't stopped the fans from turning up here, despite the game being rescheduled from 2 days ago. Now, I spoke to Jack McVeigh before this one. He said the extra couple of days has been an absolute blessing. He was cooked after their win over United. It was a gazillion degrees in the stadium there in Bendigo. He even joked that he was still dehydrated until yesterday. On the other hand, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the Bullets were equally as rested, but they actually went back to Brisbane after the game was postponed. So they've been up and back twice in 48 hours now. Very different preparations for these two teams.
Thank you, Joe. The boys just trying to accrue the frequent flyer points. You can see that from a mile away. Let's jump into the starting lineups for this one. Mojave King, Andrew Andrews, Sam Wardenberg, Kyron Galloway, and the million-dollar man, Jack McVeigh, rounded out for the Taipans. And the Brisbane Bullets, well, it's a very, very different lineup. They've shifted theirs more so than any other team in the league this year, with injuries, imports leaving, whatnot. No Tyrell Harrison, no Sam McDaniel, no Javon Freeman Liberty, no Dakota Mathias, and no Lamar Patterson. So we have Hunter Maldonado, Mitch Norton, Alex Dukas, Jacob Holt, and Terry Taylor to round it out, fellas. Your predictions before we throw this one up?
I got Cairns Taipans by 12.
I got Cairns Taipans by 16.
Oh, there we go. It's an orange army in the commentary box today. Andrew Andrews to get us underway. Nice pass up top from Andrews. Galloway with a nice hook.
With the left, and that was a great set. Jack McVeigh set the back pick to get Kyron Galloway on the rim, and Andrew Andrews has got off to a good start already, distributing the ball. One possession, but it's going to be probably more of that.
Maldonado, of course, released from the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, finds his way into the paint for two and picked up almost immediately by the Brisbane Bullets. King off the McVeigh screen. Gets it back from Galloway. Andrews, fresh off a double-double, 13 assists. Nice ball movement from the Taipans, and Galloway will pick up the first one.
Good patience there by the Taipans as a group. Mojave King finds Galloway inside with a high, hard pass that Galloway caught well. And now, surprisingly, Galloway doesn't go to the line to shoot two. Refs have been very generous in those circumstances as Wardenberg gets Taylor off balance, ill-disciplined.
Yeah, and one thing Terry Taylor got to understand is import. Productivity, scoring productivity is needed, considering there's so many outs, but you got to protect yourself. Early fouls like this one, a minute into the game, you can't afford to get yourself in foul trouble.
McVeigh, Euro steps through the paint. Can't make that one rattle in.
Well, an interesting dribble.
Maldonado, shot clock winding down. McVeigh with the board.
And with both of these teams sitting down at the bottom of the ratings defensively, I would anticipate a high-scoring game as Wardenberg gets an easy look in transition. Again, another good pass by Andrew Andrews.
He's redefining his game as we speak there.
That's great to see.
There's a mismatch. Go to work, Jacob.
Holt guarded by Andrews. Andrews putting up a good wall. The double team comes. Maldonado has been the focal point of the offense early.
Andrew Andrews fought down in the post. Didn't make it easy for him.
You alluded to it before, Derek, but the two worst defensive teams in the league. No surprise considering the positions on the ladder. Galloway connects on the triple.
Just by being patient, they're creating opportunities for one another, the Cairns Taipans, and that's all stemming from the fact that Drew Andrews is running their offense properly.
Norton, sky hook is off. And as we mentioned during the starting lineups, this Brisbane Bullets team just depleted through injury on the back end of this year. Andrews gets it swatted away.
Jack McVeigh, who hasn't attempted he has attempted the one shot as we check the Amy replay. Kyron Galloway been stretching the floor all season. That is a great shot by him. But Adam Ford is going to play Jack McVeigh 39 minutes. Drew's probably going to get 39 minutes. They're going to leave you on the floor to get a heavy dose of them too.
Yes, deservedly so. And Jack McVeigh, I don't think there's a good matchup defensively out there against him. Taylor stepped through, no good.
Trying to fight for his own rebound. Andrews will come up with it.
Felix, they can't get a bucket.
Certainly can't. There's a lid on the rim at the moment. Kings from the corner, off the back iron. Maldonado. Straight through Jack McVeigh and a nice little lay-in.
I like him, Damon.
Yeah.
He looks like a completely different player up in Brisbane.
You know, and he would have learned a lot playing with Josh King in Phoenix, and he's now bringing this kind of confidence probably with him because he was just grinding into some form, I felt.
The thing I like is that he looks quicker and more mobile and just looks like he handles the ball a lot better.
Would you put that down to a wake-up call on getting released? Or would you say that it's the system of Brisbane that fits him better than Josh King and the Southeast Phoenix?
More opportunity. Like, obviously, if Terry Taylor misses a bunny, Jacob Holt gets sent home. But no, it's different because obviously Southeast Northern Phoenix have a very deep team, the deepest team in the league, playing 10, 11 guys. You come to Brisbane now, you don't have to look over your shoulder every 3 minutes worrying about coming out of the game.
Mitch Norton will make his way to the free throw line. Fans waiting 2 days to get into this.
And you know, the man at the free throw line, Mitch Norton, he's someone who can actually benefit from having Maldonado. Pre-Maldonado, when there was just a circus at the point guard position and no real direction, Norton was having to do too much, carrying a burden that wasn't asked upon him prior to the season. And it starts to not only drain you physically, but mentally as well.
Well, he's battled injuries. He had a couple of different injuries. The Jaden Adams experiment didn't work. Tristan Devers comes on as a youngster. But yeah, if Mitch can play around a 20 to 25 minute mark, that should be enough. Jack McVeigh eventually gets on the scoreboard.
That's that baseline with the shot clock winding down.
It's also the deceptive length, Felix. He's got longer arms than you think, McVeigh.
Terry Taylor. Andrew Andrews once again defending the post. Maldonado gets right upstairs and will draw the contact. As you said, it's aggression, mentality. It is a different player than what we saw at Southeast Melbourne.
Well, Felix, I thought he was going to go and yam on him. I think he should have tried to. He gets the 1 foot takeoff while he was hit across the arm, so he couldn't really try and turn it over. But that's when you try and go get a body, Damon.
You reckon he's got it in him? You reckon he could have gone upstairs there?
He can go upstairs, but I don't think he's not on Kyron Galloway. Cody Statman checks in. Tristan Devers checks in.
3 cheeseburgers on the line here, thanks to Hungry Jack's on a miss. One of the best promotions in all of sport. Fans go hungry for now.
Torrey Smith-Milner checks in.
Let's go courtside to Joe Healy.
Yeah, just piggybacking off what you guys have been talking about, Hunter Maldonado. I know D-Mac was really impressed with his first performance for the Bullets. He hadn't even trained with the team up until that point. Won't be so happy with the way that one slipped through, but he is happy having another guard with his the ball in his hand, can create off the dribble and really work with Mitch Norton out there.
Thank you, Joe. And Andrew Andrews, a man possessed at the moment. He's up to 5 assists in this first quarter, off coming off 13 last time around.
Galloway's certainly loving it. He's got 9 points, and Galloway has shown signs as
strong drive by Wardenberg.
Galloway's shown signs of being able to play like this, Damon, but then it goes away. Then it comes back. We want to see it over the full course of the season because there's very few in the league with his skill set.
He's the older brother of the two, and we saw glimpses of it in Adelaide, and he just hasn't been able to, just like you say, just stamp his authority on the league. He's got all the tools. He can shoot the three, 6'9", can get up, athletic. It's just got to be something in his brain that just clicks over that says, you know what, I'm just about to tear this whole league a new one.
Illusion of players on the screen. Jack McVeigh reaps the rewards with the easiest look he'll get all game.
Well, too early. Too easy early for the Taipans on the offensive end. 17 points on the board already. D-Mac's got to pull the troops in and say, we got to discuss this situation.
They got 8 made field goals on 6 assists. Everything is just way too easy. And when you look at your starting 5, those guys are still, that's a legitimate starting five. They're not like they development players and rookies out there on the floor. So for them to give up this type of easy stuff, Daryl won't be happy with that.
Well, we've been singing the praises of Hunter Maldonado, and Joe Healy caught up with him a little bit earlier.
Hunter, a solid outing in your first game for the Bullets. You've now had a week to get on the practice court with the guys. How do you feel the connection and synergies coming on out there?
Yeah, I think it's definitely building. Obviously, a lot more comfortable being able to go out there and have a practice or two with them. But yeah, it's definitely building.
From a defensive point of view tonight, what's been the messaging from D-Mac? I know Drew Andrews is sort of their chief controller at times. Are you going to get the assignment? How do you guys slow him down?
Yeah, I think we just got to, like anything, go out there, compete, make them uncomfortable, and make sure we get on the boards.
And it's interesting, Damon, it's very interesting to look at this situation. How long do you give a guy like Maldonado in this situation to get himself right? There's so many things that you have to deal with, especially as a point guard. And I think fans often think you just pick up your clothes, move house, and you go out and hoop again.
Now it's a little bit, it's a little bit more that goes into it. You got to get familiar with your teammates. You got to get familiar with the idiosyncrasies, the little nuances of the team and your teammates. And Hunter Maldonado, yes, he can play basketball, but this isn't an island. This is a team kind of a game. But he's got the temperament, which is what I like. That he can come across and just provide some poise and some calm to the group.
He's also under the tutelage of one of the best point guards we've had out here in Darryl McDonald, so a few better to learn from. Joe, what did you hear D-Mac talking about down there?
It was all about defensive pressure. It's too easy for Cairns at the moment. He said, guys, we're letting Jack McVeigh have it too easy. We've got to get on him on the double team, maintain active hands, and get in their faces.
Maldonado makes the first 6 assists so far in this first quarter for Andrew Andrews.
Well, not that call, the one before that.
If he gets to 12 before halftime, a certain person's record.
Come on, man.
A certain person's record. We're going to talk about it.
I was wondering why you were sweating, Derek.
Derek's like, shoot the ball.
He's cussing out Kyron Galloway for making a layup.
Oh, man. That's a good one.
Andrew Andrews. Sam Waterberg on Team Rucker turns down that shot. McVeigh, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Nice pass to the corner, Statman. Way off.
That wasn't the most hit shot, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't real fluid. Maldonado's back at it. Hey, he's like, this is my audition. I'm not going to die wondering. And I like the aggression, and I'm sure we know D-Mac very well. He would really like this style of play.
Nice pass there from Andrew Andrews as he creeps closer and closer to the great Derek Rucker.
Yo, I might have to take some time off for a minute here if he keeps going at this rate.
Remarkable 7 assists so far with 20 of time left in the first quarter. And a nice pass from Maldonado. Smith-Milner finishes, of course, Derek Rucker with a record with 24.
You know what, Derek, we're going to talk Hunter Maldonado some more as long as he's playing like this. He's got good size, too. D-Mac was a 6'4" pass first guard, could play some D. And Hunter Maldonado is not obviously Daryl McDonald, but he's got the size that can give you some issues as Cody Statman.
Statman goes upstairs.
A lot of dunks already.
And you know what? That kind of happens when you got the 2 worst defensive teams in the league, Derek. Maldonado. Draws the contact, can't get the finish, he'll go to the line.
Go 6.
From the great state of Wyoming. I think he's just a polished player. But they got to find a way to get stops, though, as a unit. Cairns Taipans got 21 points on 67% shooting.
Well, Damon, we've also discussed the Brisbane Bullets and their front office and how they've made decisions and so forth. And look, there's probably going to be some movement in the coaching position, we would think, with, you know, rumors about Will Weaver. But I think Maldonado's the type of guy that they could just go ahead and commit to for next season. Are you really going to get better?
And Maldonado 0 for 2, and you know what that means? The code word tactics for a Hungry Jack's free cheeseburger. You can download the NBL app, click on the Hungry Jack's banner, and enter the code word tactics. And head to your nearest Hungry Jack's store before 6 p.m. tomorrow to claim your free cheeseburger at participating stores. And right off that, the Taipans just throw it out of bounds.
Just make sure when you get there, and order your cheeseburgers, you tell them that Hunter sent you.
Smith-Milner comes right back at them.
And Derek, so you're saying you've seen enough right now in Hunter that you would re-sign him already?
They just need some stability and continuity. And I think Maldonado has shown me enough in the NBL to say that he could be your lead guard.
And the hard part for the Brisbane Bullets is they're still up in the air about who will be the head coach next season. So obviously making those roster decisions.
It may be some time away.
Oh no, man down.
Yeah, Norton on the ground.
Might have been a forearm push though to put Mitch down.
Lachlan Barker just showing some mercy there and not loading up with three as Terry Taylor works on Jack McVeigh, throws up the hook shots off.
Terry Taylor's getting off to a very slow start in this one. He's played the 8 minutes, 0 for 3. Not looking overly lively on the offensive end.
Nice pass from Jack McVeigh. Wardenberg steps back. Count it.
It's a tough matchup for most teams in the league, evidenced by his really good scoring stats this season, but against the Bullets, there's just really no good matchup on that bench or on the floor right now to try and contain Wardenberg as the Taipans steal it again.
Statman can't get the finish, but the man you speak of, Wardenberg, with the follow, and such a shame for Taipans fans, for Taipans management, that he's missed a vast majority of this year after the off-season that he had overseas, making the All-Star 5 in Puerto Rico, I believe it was, with names like Danilo Gallinari, who's spent a long time in the NBA. He's really set for a massive NBL26 campaign.
You know, 40 was banking on having Sam Wardenberg as a starting 5. Marcus Lee was going to come off the bench. And this is the first real look at what 40 had in mind.
Under a minute remains in the first term. Wardenberg, a man possessed, another bucket.
There's nobody in the blue.
Into double figures now for Sam Wardenberg, 11 points.
I can check him, Damon.
No, it's not a matchup for him out there. Out of the University of Miami.
Deep triple, way off, nothing but air. Well defended by Lockie Barker. The Bullets will get another look at it. Up and under, finishes off. Lee will come down with the board after a chaotic possession. Shot clock is off. 12 seconds in the first term. Barker rejects the on ball. McVeigh will get the last look at it.
Foul. Late foul call.
Late foul call by the official. You see on screen right there. 7 assists in the first term.
And 0 turnovers.
Before time expired. So I think we need to review the time.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Okay. Can in the replay, I like to review the time on the clock when the hands foul by number 8. Reviewing the clock. 0.4. Thank you. All right. 0.4. Slide ball. Fouls on blue 8. Hit. Side out.
Mitch was like, man, you can't let me slide, Ken, for the last 0.8, man.
There's no veteran tax.
Just act like you didn't see that.
0.4.
There's 0.4 seconds on the clock. That means you will be able to catch and shoot.
Yep.
Smart foul, if intentional.
Back pick for Marcus Lee. Alley-oop.
Derek, what are you drawing up?
Similar. It's got to be something for Lee going at the bucket and either Statman flaring out to the corner or McVeigh with the 3 ball up at the top.
Shout out to Statman.
Yeah. Little slip up there.
McVeigh, one last look. It's off, but that is the type of magic that he can pull out of the hat at times. A strong start for the Cairns Taipans against a depleted Brisbane Bullets. 28-16, second quarter up next.
Put your skill to IFYS cheerleaders. While you're doing that, you might want to get your phones out, point your camera towards the big screen. All thanks to Mick and his amazing team at NBL Forklifts. He's going to be giving away $350 cash. All you got to do, enter your name, section, and seat number to win. It's that simple. Then at 3/4 time, we'll be back. Find out who the winner is of that $350. Thanks to NQ Forklifts, your local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider. And scanning.
All right, Taipans fans, our next home game is the 30th of January, 2026 against the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers. Tip-off will be at 6:30 p.m. Get your tickets now at tickets.taipans.com. Don't forget your season membership gives you entry to the members-only Coors Cold Bar. It's open 90 minutes before each game. Live music, $8 scooters of cold Coors beers, plus free raffles, your chance to win Taipans merchandise, and much, much more.
Great start for the Cairns Taipans, leading Brisbane by 12 at quarter time. Adam Ford gave his guys an A for their defensive effort against United in their last game. Gents, how do you rate it so far in this one?
Well, I'd have to agree with him. They've been very sharp. Now, granted, they're not exactly playing against an offensive juggernaut in the Brisbane Bullets, but you've got to go out and shut down whoever is in front of you. And Cairns right now with a solid 12-point lead off the back of really good defense and outstanding play by Wardenberg.
We're looking at the Cairns Taipans team who are better than their record.
Yes.
This particular group right now, this team is better than 6-17. Just so happens that that's where they are right now, but they're playing some real good basketball. And like I said, for the remainder of the season, they're going to be a very tough beat.
Admiral Schofield checks into the game. You'd imagine serving a somewhat suspension from Coach Adam Ford after a late technical and ejection in their close win over Melbourne United around the three-quarter mark. Holt uses all of his body, which was a little too much. Well defended by Lockie Barker.
Well, as Holt gets more experienced, he'll understand that that's not necessary, and he'll use his shoulder and his hips more so than his arms to try and create that separation. He already had the weight advantage on him. Just bump him, then elevate.
Andrew Andrews remains on the bench. Only the first player this season to have 5 assists in consecutive games first quarters. Stappen. Nice little weave to the rim and a scoop finish.
I had Cody Statman in the preseason predictions, which I'm boycotting next year. I had him as most improved. I thought after the blitz, I thought he was going to get a lot of playing time, and I like his size and his combo kind of guard ability. This year, obviously, hasn't been his kind of a year, but you can see why Adam Ford likes him. Like, he's a unique kind of a player this size.
A walk there, back-to-back turnovers to open this quarter for Jacob Holt. Andrew Andrews, see their 7, all in the first term, coming off 13 against Melbourne United. Lee. McVeigh. Good penetration again by Statman. Finds the captain and Jack McVeigh cut to the hoop.
He's got some skills, Damon, as you mentioned, and he also has great length. And, you know, he's a guy that does really well at NBL 1 level. Tough to contain, and I just think he needs consistent minutes to show what he's really capable of.
This is why we got to get some expansion. That's a foul. Andrew, Admiral Schofield pushed Jacob in the back. Cody was in Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix, but just too deep. Didn't get a real good look in. As soon as we get another team in this league, guys like Cody Statman, there's a lot of guys on these teams that can definitely do with some extended playing time.
Cairns born as well, Cody Statman, so a local. Getting to pull on the Taipans orange. Maldonado works up top. Mismatch on Lee. Draws the contact. Lee complains that he hooked him in.
He might be right.
He's pretty crafty with that penetration. Now, we've been quite complimentary about Hunter Maldonado's skills. You see him go to work there on Lee. That's definitely a foul. But where he must improve is shooting the basketball, not only from the three-point line, but also here from the free throw line. Just hasn't been a high-level shooter. And he misses another to make him 3 of 7 already from the line.
Missed his last 3 at the line.
Yeah, those are cheapies, man. Those are the ones you got to knock those down.
0 for 4 on as many attempts there. Maldonado, unfortunately, you can't get double cheeseburgers, but
can you get double cheese?
You probably can. I'm sure if you ask nicely and you say Hunter sent you yet again. Andrews back into the game. Oh, nice spin. Schofield slips out. Terry Taylor's going to get in a very easy look.
Admiral Schofield has just never got going this season. It is unbelievable that he hasn't been able to find some way to make a contribution. We know he struggled with injuries. That turned into form struggles, which resulted in confidence struggles.
That one's off from the three-point line. Struggles continue.
Averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds on the season. Maldonado back on the rim again. And Adam Ford go, wait a minute, just everybody calm down. Get over here and let's chit-chat.
Tangerine timeout. Adam Ford does not like what he sees there from the defense. Maldonado's got himself up to 11 points. We've harped on about it time and time again, but very, very different Hunter Maldonado than we're seeing.
Well, he's getting space to operate, and I'm sure D-Mac has said, hey, you see that car out there? Here are the keys. We got nobody else that can drive it. You do your thing.
Speaking of driving the car, that's what Jack McVeigh's doing this season for the Taipans, and Joe Healy caught up with him a little bit earlier.
Arguably your best win of the season. What was most pleasing about that performance?
I mean, just putting together 40 minutes. Since we've gotten Sam back, like, we have moments of being a really good basketball team. Like, you know, I'm out there like, oh, we're better than these guys. Look up, down 20. And it's like, we struggle to get into offense. And there's like, in the chaos of it all, we've been struggling. And like, we put together 40 minutes against a team that like pushes you out of your stuff. And we managed to find our shape and play with poise down stretch. It was a fun basketball game.
Injury hit, obviously, but it look a little different with Hunter in the team as well. Where is this one going to be won and lost?
No, I mean, for us, it's focusing on what we do and then making sure we get a win in this building tonight. This is the NBL. Any game can be won and lost by any team, and so taking care of business, as I said, getting that ball moving, finding us in our spots, and then executing down the stretch.
Awesome, good luck.
Thanks.
You reckon Jack McVeigh's just going to slide into the commentary booth pretty easily once he finishes his career, or is he going to have made too much money and be chilling on a beach somewhere?
He might be chilling on the beach, but he would be great. Speaks real well. You can tell he loves basketball. He's grateful to the sport. Good to see. And you can see, Derek, the Admiral Schofield has already been subbed out by Adam Ford. He's not going to have a lot of patience. It's funny how, right, you can't get into a rhythm. And now you're not going to have a lot of the coach's trust when most of the things that you're known for are detrimental things to the team. So as soon as you don't get the same rope no more on mistakes. Have a seat, big fella.
Joe, what are you hearing down there?
Adam Ford simply said everything is too easy. He said you've got to be more aggressive at the defensive end. We are being far too passive. He said, guys, stop playing with your food. I need you to sit down and eat.
I like that. He won't like what he's seen there because Terry Taylor, another easy look at the rim. McVeigh, easy as you like through the paint.
Well, there are two eternal mismatches in this game, and that's whoever is guarding McVeigh and Wardenberg.
Eternal mismatches?
Eternal, for as long as this game goes, bro. If they played this same game in 2 weeks, it'd be the same. As Taylor gets his trademark left-handed dunk.
Kyron Galloway is going to get in the seat on the bench if he can't keep Terry Taylor in front of him.
I mean, I would probably just gap him a little bit and say, shoot the ball over me.
Galloway up top, hand off to King. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Andrews will have to put it up. Easy finish.
Credit to Andrews. He's really learned quickly how to play in this league.
The talent was never unquestioned. But like you said, sometimes he can't regulate his emotions, especially if the call's not going his way. A lot of people come to the Australian party think, oh yeah, we can do the same calls. This is a physical league. Refs let you play to a degree. But you got to be able to handle no calls and not lose your poise. And we've seen on multiple occasions that Andrew can can get a little bit frustrated with non-calls.
Andrews. That one rattles out.
And McVay let Jacob Holt off the hook, had him in an ISO situation.
The most unselfish of superstars, Jack McVay, sometimes to his own detriment. Taylor's been aggressive. Dukas, that's what he does best. Can't convert on that one.
And I'm sure Dukas would be disappointed with his shooting this season. Another guy that's never been really able to find consistency. Came in with the reputation as a sharpshooter. And this one, he's 0 of 2 from deep.
Ten seconds on the shot clock. Holt. Tough finish down low.
Now you talking about signing guys. I know a coach is in limbo right now, but Jacob Holt, where you going to find another 6'10" brute like that local?
Plays with enthusiasm, plays with passion.
Tough move there by Galloway.
Too much at the paint, Felix.
Both ends of the floor, players getting at will to the rim. Do we see it again here? Maldonado gets it tipped away, but the lane was open.
He's got a real nice swerve game, change of direction game when he gets to the paint.
I'm sure there's a lot of coaches throughout the league who'll be looking at the way that he's been playing.
Well, given the circumstances that have occurred in the past couple of weeks out in Perth with Duke Jr.'s injury and now with the release of Troy Brown Jr. in Adelaide, oh boy, Maldonado would have looked nice on those two teams.
Dukas, plenty of time on the shot clock, loads it up.
Came into the game shooting 29% from downtown. He's had his games where he's hit a couple, but you still got to back yourself to make these open threes. I don't want to see him go timid.
Galloway finds a lane to the rim, draws the contact and one.
The size, the length, and the athleticism of the Taipans is just giving the Bullets all types of problems. No rim protection in the Bullets lineup without Tyrell Harrison. Maldonado's getting his thumb tended to. He's like, hey, can we speed this process up?
Can you do a little bit of a quicker tape job?
Can you tape me while I'm walking to the score bench?
And right now, just to show the efficiency that the Taipans are working with, Wardenberg 5 for 5 as Holt throws it down. Wardenberg, a smart move to just stay on 2 feet. Kyron Galloway 6 for 6, perfect from the field. Wardenberg 5 for 5, yet to miss a shot.
Both teams are having an absolute feast in the paint.
Galloway throws his perfect shooting out the window. Nice pass there to Holt, who goes up, and Jack McVay put himself in a dangerous position.
Well, I thought Jack McVay went straight up on this one, Felix. As we look at the Amy replay, Holt gets up quick. And Wardenberg reluctant to be a part of any clip.
We got a timeout here to the Cairns Taipans, but
yeah, they challenging this one because I saw looked like Jack McVay went straight up, arm straight up. Let's see.
I believe it's just a regular timeout here.
And Adam Ford, okay, would he lead the league in most challenges won?
Let's listen to D-Mac first.
The big screens, we're hustling. We'll switch it. Any big pops, we're pop hustle. So we're switching the pops with the bigs. Like anytime the big pop, we're gonna hustle it. We're gonna switch it. Any big to big, everything for them is downhill, man. We're just giving up layups after layups. We gotta put them up on the line, huh? We should be blacking it, yeah, but we gotta get under the black. If you got no unders with McVay.
I will say, having been coached by D-Mac, that was very brave going into a timeout while down 13 points at any point in this game. But how about this? 100 years of thrills, 100-year laughs, 100 years of joy. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming to your city. And this is your only chance to be a part of the Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour across Australia and New Zealand this time around, so do not miss your chance to be a part of the legacy. These guys do such an amazing job. If you've got kids, make sure you get out there. The tickets are well priced, fantastic for the family, and it's really, there's a reason they've been around 100 years.
If you don't have kids, just go check them out.
If you don't have kids, go and find some and bring them to it.
I mean, what a business model.
Well, they do a fantastic job. They're out here during the NBA, and they were just, the way they work the crowd is second to none. I think I'm with you, Damon, on when you talk about Jacob Holt and his signature. Moves well, jumps quick, tough, physical.
Yeah, having a local big like that, Derek, allows you to now get real flexible with what you can do with your imports.
That's exactly right. And, you know, you get Harrison back, you get McDaniel back, and the local nucleus looks a lot different. Right now, they've still got to figure out a way to defend.
Nice skip pass from McVeigh. Andrews can't complete it.
Taipans shooting 63% from the field.
Norton. Smith-Milner. Norton gets it back, head down to the rim.
See, that was just ball movement for the sake of ball movement.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Terry Taylor had to switch, he had the little guard on him and drew, and Mitch Norton just didn't investigate it long enough. And Sam Warnberg gets another easy paint point.
Still perfect from the field, 6 for 6 for Sam Warnberg.
Terry Taylor should take it as disrespect if they ever switch Andrew Andrews onto him.
Nice back cut pass there, and maybe a better catch from Mitch Norton.
Either push or trip.
Ken said, take your pick.
12, push, 2.
They'll settle on the push, and Norton will go to the line.
Found a nice little window there to get that ball through. Norton does a good job. They'll go to the line to shoot too, but right now the Bullets, again, plagued by poor shooting year in, year out. I think last year was the exception, but since they've come back into the league, they've been a bad three-point shooting team, and they're 0 of 5 in this one.
Who's been the best three-point shooter you've seen Brisbane Bullets have? Over the years, since they've been back in the league.
Daniel Kicker. Wow. Good call.
There was a player that went through from Boise State that was a good shooter. Jessup? Justinian Jessup?
They were with New Zealand and with the Hawks.
Yeah, probably not in there.
I don't think that was him.
A good shooter nonetheless. Maldonado. Last touch by the Taipans.
Sobey was a high-volume scorer in his Bullet days. You wouldn't say that his efficiency was that great back then, not like it is now.
Smith-Milner. Norton running the show from the top, pulls up from distance. Three Taipans in double figures, Jack McVeigh being one of those. Andrews is off.
Right there, McVeigh, too unselfish. Had a good opportunity to go to work just off the block.
And Derek, you spent a lot of time in this league as being the man on the team. How would you rate Jack McVeigh in his first season being that go-to guy?
Well, it's been tough, right? It was kind of broken up as they get out on the break again. Easy finish there by Andrews. But I think he's growing more comfortable in the role as the season has gone along. But you see, he's never going to be that Sobey-like #1 guy who is just coming out from the jump and making you feel him throughout the game. Maldonado fouled on the arm as he attempts to. If that answered your question, Felix.
Certainly did.
I think Jack has always backed his scoring ability. In his time with the Jack Jumpers, he was part of a championship team. He picked this spot. They did go through him a lot, but to be the go-to guy, this is now leadership that he's got to now evolve into.
Right.
You wouldn't say that he was necessarily the on-court leader for the Jack Jumpers, but being on this team right now, he almost has to be by default.
Hey, Derek, if I told you where would you go to find NBL, NBL1, and WNBL action all in one place, all in one sort of little tech device, where would you go?
I'd reach for my phone, Felix, and open up the NBL app.
Oh my God, you're smarter than I thought. Tailored news, stats, and content for every league. You can track teams, entire player profiles, everything you need. You can download in the App Store or Google Play.
Ignite Cup action on there, too.
Oh, anything.
See the ladder.
Schofield. Stoutman, who's been ultra-aggressive. Buck has it tipped away. The Bullets will come up with it. Maldonado on the break, weaves through. As easy as you like, and that one will rattle off.
How many layups have we seen Hunter Maldonado consistently finding his way in transition in the half court, attacking the rim, getting himself to the stripe?
He's going to the line for his 11th and 12th attempts in the first half.
Remarkable. 13 points on the board and only 5 of 10 from the line as well, so he's left plenty of points out there.
And if you guys haven't noticed, I'm much more relaxed now.
I was thinking that, and you know what? Damon Lowry talks a big game, but his career high of 12 is also under threat.
Oh, what? Yeah, knock him down a peg.
I was going to ask you too, Derek, about that 24-assist historical night.
Yeah.
Who was you passing the ball to? Who's your teammates?
Michael Johnson.
Some shout-outs.
Michael Johnson, one of the greatest shooters in NBL history. Tony Jensen.
Yep.
Terry Dozier. Paul Kuiper.
Big Paul Kuiper. Yep. A shout out to his ex-girlfriend who's also keeping stats that night on the score table.
This guy. Schofield with a good two.
Taylor likes the matchup on Wardenberg, but so does Wardenberg. It's tipped away. McVeigh. 5-second differential between shot and game clocks. In no rush to get this possession underway. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Guarded by Norton. One-on-one, sizes him up. Finds Stoutman, who's been forced to throw it up from deep. Can't bank it in.
Don't like that possession. I like the fact that Jack had the ball, but because it was so stagnant, everybody, the help is almost kind of built in. And then you always got guys running to try to give you a ball screen and bring their man into the equation.
The spacing wasn't great at all, and I thought at some point McVeigh needed to face up and put that defender in a neutral position and look to attack him one way or the other. The Bullets will try and draw something up here with 2.4. Been a pretty anemic offensive first half from the Bullets, only 38% from the field, and of course, a duck from the three-point line.
Only the 6 attempts, but as you mentioned, 0. Sam Wardenberg still perfect from the floor, 13 points, 6 of 6. Having himself a fantastic quarter, and we mentioned how disappointing it has been to lose him for the meat of this season, considering the off-season that he had overseas.
And he's so talented, and especially with his age, he's getting into that sweet spot where you really start to build your game and you're developing, but also you're still a high-influence player from game to game. And I guess he just finishes this season out and then start to decide where to go next. Or do I remain in Cairns?
Well, he signed before Adam Ford was even guaranteed the coaching job in the offseason. So it looks like it's a place he really wants to be. We've never seen him on any other NBL team. But free agency is going to be wild this year.
2.4 seconds. What are you drawing up here, Coach Rucker?
Well, you've got to get that ball to Maldonado. The only problem is he isn't like a PJC in this instance where he can hit some type of running three. Wouldn't be surprised if you look to maybe a Nordo or Dukas. Here we go.
Nice play drawn up. Maldonado will get it in the corner. What did Lindsay Gaze used to say? The operation was a success, but the patient died.
And certainly they had an opportunity. I thought Norton should have pulled the trigger. But a good first half by the Taipans. Balanced basketball by them. Solid offense and very good defense.
I don't know how happy Adam Ford would be with a 12-point lead, considering I feel like they left some points on the table, but a 12-point lead is better than the alternative, I guess.
Joe's downstairs with Sam Wardenberg.
I am, thanks. Sam, a great first half by you guys. They're struggling with some of the mismatches. How are you able to exploit that?
We're just moving the ball well. You know, something that we've been focusing on is not letting it stick. KG's been amazing. It's been aggressive. So, yeah, just need to keep doing that.
The challenge now is to maintain it. Is there anything you need to adjust at the defensive end?
Our switches can be a bit more aggressive. They're getting into the paint a ton, getting to the free throw line, so we just need to make sure we're showing our hands and getting the rebounds.
Good luck for the rest of it.
Thank you.
Sam Wardenberg there having a big impact on this game. The Taipans have the upper hand at the half. The fans here are loving it, but can they maintain it? More when we come back.
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Centre, where it's a 12-point lead to the Cairns Taipans, coming off a little bit of momentum and continuing it through here against the Brisbane Bullets, who are heavily depleted. A vast majority of their superstars out, but they are still within reach. Just the 12 points yet to hit a triple from the outside. Damon Lowry, Derek Rucker. It could have been a whole lot worse for Brisbane from what we saw that half.
Yeah, it could have, because Cairns got off to a blistering start. They're not shooting the ball great from deep, but they're getting all kind of easy points in the paint, and that's the biggest issue the Brisbane Bullets have right now. I just feel like a game like this, Derek, when it's that easy, sometimes it's human nature to just relax, and that 12-point lead still needs to be respected, because we've seen in NBL26 teams just make comebacks.
Well, they need to come out in this third quarter and apply really good defensive pressure, not forget how they got this advantage. Andrew Andrews did a great job in distributing the basketball in that first quarter. He had 7 assists early, and I think if they can continue to do that, really focus the bigs in terms of who are we looking at? Kyron Galloway and Sam Wardenberg. If those guys can contribute to operate at a highly efficient rate, it's going to be hard for the Bullets to catch them.
Guys, I'm against cruel and unusual punishment. And right now, the way that Sam Wardenberg is playing and showing the Cairns Taipans what could have been this season is cruel and unusual punishment. He's missed the meat of the year through injury. But what we see tonight, this would have been a different team with him out there all year.
It certainly would have been. 6'10", can put the ball on the floor, can shoot threes, can toast you up. He's different. He's a special player in this league. He has not missed a shot in this game. and his team is doing a great job of finding them. They're moving the ball. They're not playing any hero ball. And Sam Wardenberg is a clear talent. His health has been the only thing that's held him back.
And look, you don't need to score 110, 120 points to blow out a team and beat them decisively. You can be really precise and carve them apart. And we look at Sam Wardenberg, his Blackmore's player profile, 13 on a perfect 6 of 6. Maybe grab a few more rebounds, though, Dame. But overall, that is an outstanding first half by Wardenberg.
Perfectionist over here. You want more stats, more rebounds, more assists. Hey, what about the one person who's probably benefited the most, outside Adam Ford and the Taipans in general, to Andrew Andrews' resurgence, is Kyron Galloway. Finding him in great spots, and that's just leading him to have these ridiculously efficient games. Right now sitting at a very efficient total as my stats go down.
Kyron Galloway, we've seen him in New Zealand Breakers. We saw him in Adelaide 36s. He's always shown glimpses of what he's capable of. 6'9" athlete that can stretch the floor, knock threes down, and get on the rim. He just hasn't quite found a home. Cairns could be his home. He's got to grab the game by the scruff. I feel like he's a little bit too passive at times, but when he's aggressive, he is a handful.
He is, and you look at his ability to stretch defense. Remember, at the beginning of NBL 25, he was shooting the ball really well. We haven't seen him shoot it like that thus far this season, but he has the capability. I think in a couple of years, he can be one of the premier stretch fours in the competition.
What about big news coming out of the Adelaide 36ers as they chase their championship aspirations? Troy Brown Jr., the import, let go mutually parts ways.
I thought it was inevitable, and I didn't really feel like Troy Brown Jr. found his way into the lineup. When he initially got here and I saw the physical profile, Damon, I thought this was going to be a guy that was going to significantly improve the Adelaide 36ers. Instead, it started to be a bit of a liability situation where they looked vulnerable offensively when he was on the floor.
I can't believe that the NBA is easier than the NBL. Troy Brown Jr. had a better NBA career than he did right here. Now, I call for them to get more firepower. They went out and got it, but it didn't fire. So now what? The clock is ticking. They got to try to bring somebody in to help out.
Careful.
What sort of player do you think they're going to bring in?
A Troy Brown Jr. type that can score?
Well, they better do it quick.
But one that can score.
The deadline is Friday.
Hey, we're heading into the second half here. What do the Brisbane Bullets need to do to get back into this one?
Get up the floor, pressure, change the tempo, change the total landscape of this basketball game. You got nothing to lose.
Except another game. Yeah, you got to play with some more pride.
It is pride and personal paychecks on the line for a lot of these players. The bottom two going to war. Second half coming up next.
At CQ University, we know excellence can take many forms. To Chris, it's helping his students realise their potential in the classroom and beyond. Create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
Cairns fans, see all the latest blockbusters on the big screen at event cinemas at 3 great locations: Oval, Smithfield, and Cairns Central.
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Centre. It's a 12-point lead for the Cairns Taipans. Ball shooting from the three-point line means the Brisbane Bullets have got a ways to fight back in this second half, but nothing that hasn't been done this season so far. Let's go courtside to Joe Healy.
Yeah, thanks, Felix. I'm looking forward to seeing what these two teams are made of here in this third quarter. The Bullets have struggled recently. In 4 of their last 6, they've lost the third quarter by 12.5 points. They're aware of it and will be looking to rectify that tonight. Whereas the Taipans have been leading in 3 of their last 4 at the half and gone on to be blown out by double figures. So you get the feeling the first 2 or 3 minutes here is going to be crucial for both of these teams.
I like that. I like that. The information is suggesting a hotly contested second half.
Well, somebody's got to get hot from the three-point line. The Taipans 2 of 11, the Bullets none from 7. And normally up in Cairns, teams shoot the ball quite well, Damon.
Right now, you're looking at the Brisbane Bullets, and outside of Hunter Maldonado, who's got the 15 points, he needs somebody else to come along for the ride. Next highest scorer is on 6, Jacob Hope. Terry Taylor, and like D-Mac said earlier to Terry Taylor, come on, man, you're an import. You got to find a way to get the scoreboard ticking over.
Second half about to get underway. Felix von Hoff, Damon Lowry, Derek Rucker taking you through it. Both of these teams starved of wins. The bottom 2. Nice pass there. Almost a better finish from Harvey King. Norton up top. Maldonado, as Damon Lowry just mentioned, the leading force on offense, 15 points for the Bullets. Holt foul in the process of getting it.
And Damon, just looking at that first possession, that's not the type of vigor I want to see a team come out with. And I speak of the Brisbane Bullets. All the cuts are a gear too low. Everything's got to be cranked up. Be the first player to arrive at the screen. Create many advantages for your teammates. I need more energy on both ends. But if you want to make an impression on me, firstly, do it on the defensive end, but don't be asleep on the offensive end.
Can't argue with none of that.
Dukas finds his way into the paint for the red 2.
And hopefully that can get Dukas' 3-ball going. Sometimes you need to get yourself an easy layup first, get yourself to the foul line, something like that, before you start testing the waters from deep again.
McVeigh. And up to Harvey King, who goes hard into the paint, and one, he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Mo was very quiet that first half. Some people got Mo in their Supercoach team. They're looking for a little bit more aggression.
I knew there was a little bit of bias. I knew there was a bit of self-interest involved in that celebration.
But he's another guy, though, Derek, that I feel like he's been looking for a home. I feel like his professional career hasn't gone like what he thought. There was times that he was on the NBA radars. There was G League opportunities. There was EuroLeague type stuff. And you end up back here without a team. So I feel like he has been humbled to a degree, and he's looking for a home.
And he's had solid stats this season. Still needs to play with the level of intensity that's cranked up a bit more and continue to expand his offensive game.
McVeigh, nice skip pass to the corner to Galloway.
That's what we're talking about, Colin Galloway. He runs straight to the corner.
Okay, when you see a timeout this quick, Felix, you know D-Mac is hot.
And I would suggest to the cameraman, we don't put the camera in this timeout. As Joe Healy said, the Brisbane Bullets have struggled in these third quarters. A Hoops Fest not far away, kicking off on Thursday, and the great Allen Iverson is going to be there. Who better to talk on it than Bryce Cotton?
Yeah, I'm hoping they show up to the game, and it could be a home game for us through some weird support for me, but, you know, we'll see how we go. I won't count my chickens. No, it's something different, and it was cool at that time, you know, for Perth to get something like that. Usually it's Melbourne that, you know, gets all the love as far as city goes. But I'm excited, you know, and obviously Iverson's coming to town. Everybody know how I feel about him, so that'll be cool to actually meet him if I do. I didn't really believe it at first, so I wanted to wait a few more weeks to be sure he was actually coming. but now we're a week away, so I think it's a for sure thing. It's amazing, you know, it's a great opportunity for the fans to catch so many high-quality hoops. And then for us as players, you know, it's just a little fun environment. And I just think, again, it's a testament to how this league continues to grow and, you know, be more innovative.
One beat, one city, all ball Hoops Fest. It tips off in Perth next week on Thursday. Just see all NBL, well, this week they call it, don't they? I always get messed up with that. I always say next week because I'm assuming any days that are coming. But scan that QR code right there if you want to get involved in Hoops Fest. There's a fan zone, there's sneaker land. It is a real cultural mixing pot of all the greatest parts of basketball culture in this country. It's said to be amazing. Hey, when you look at Allen Iverson, I'm not saying Bryce Cotton's Allen Iverson, as Terry Taylor gets them to paint for the nice little hook shot there. But when you see him do that crossover into the pull-up, you can't help but think that Bryce Cotton's just molded a little bit of that on the answer.
No doubt. I mean, Allen Iverson has impacted and influenced so many basketball players around the globe. Damon, you getting hyped for Hoops Fest?
Can't wait, man. I sat last one out. I couldn't get a gig last year. I'm making my Hoops Fest debut this year.
Okay. You've come up this year, don't worry
I'm
about
going
that,
there.
man.
I'm going hard, too, when I get there. I ain't messing around. I don't know when the next one's going to roll around for me.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'll take your word for it.
Because I was about to say, if I say that, it has a very, very different meaning, and you probably won't see me at too many games.
I want to catch every activity I can. I don't want to be messing around, schmoozing and hobnobbing. I want to get into all the activities and check out everything. I'll sleep on the plane.
Damon, I actually believe you and I are calling the opening game, Brisbane versus Sydney, Thursday night. A lot on the line in that game for the Sydney Kings.
We all wait to see, will Sydney Kings make a move with an import? I mean, we got a few teams on import watch. Deadline is fast approaching. What they're going to do?
Thursday night, the Kings and the Bullets at RHC Arena. The Wildcats will tip off on the Friday night as well. Galloway. Wow. One of the greatest features of his game is his ability to get to that spot and still be able to get an uncontested shot with his length.
Well, Felix, he's got 8 field goals, a couple of threes. He got a little in-between shot there as Terry Taylor knocks one down from deep.
Much needed bucket from outside there for the Bullets. Their first of the game, 1 for 8. Will the floodgates open?
This is the promise of Galloway, but also the frustration, because you see him do this and you're like, why not more?
Yep.
So talented.
Andrews up top, shot clock winding down, 7 seconds. Ooh, gets the mismatch. Nice hesitation, can't finish.
Okay, now that's a great move by Andrew. Now this is where we've already seen a little bit of the frustration when he doesn't get this call. As we check the Amy replay, and D-Mac called that timeout, and I bet he geared 90% of it to that man right there, because he's come out way more aggressive.
D-Mac certainly from an era where there was a huge amount of pressure on imports to put points on the table, as both of you gentlemen know very, very well.
You know what, sometimes when the players come out here, and they got a coach's warning, sorry, a tech warning. Sometimes, Derek, when players come out here, they don't realize who these coaches, who they were in a previous life. D-Mac in a previous life when he was a player, he wasn't just talented, as Jack McVay went down. He was fiery, he played with passion. All the stuff that you expect players to just automatically give you.
That's your warning.
And they might look at D-Mac as some older guy and back in the day kind of dude.
No, Daryl McDonald's one of the greatest players I ever faced. A guy that just never took plays off, was always intense. And you see it the way he coaches. And you know, some people love basketball for the lifestyle. Daryl loved basketball because of hoops.
Yeah. D-Mac coached me in high school, and I'll tell you what, there was a lot of private school kids that were dead fearful of that man walking around that school.
Maldonado aiming for some type of season record, as he's now attempted 13 free throws.
Good Bryce Cotton free throw numbers.
Wow, Taipans just doing a good job of finding the skip pass every time they hit that on-ball screen up top. Taylor.
He's got to like this matchup there on Wardenberg. Uh-oh, he couldn't get that one to go. Hopefully both of them are okay.
Wardenberg just down behind play.
I got
the game will be paused and not a good sign for Sam Wardenberg.
Goes up to challenge that, and oh man, I can't stand watching these. We got to do something about this.
That's why I closed
that'll
my
be,
eyes.
unfortunately, a little bit more time on the sidelines for Sam Wardenberg, and just absolute heartbreak. Such an incredibly talented player, and as we mentioned, one of the best off seasons he's had in his career.
Man, these injuries are really disgusting, and it's just so disappointing. I mean, we're commentators, but yet we're fans also. And you just hate to see this steady flurry of injuries to anybody, but particularly the key players.
And it's all good and well. The league is better off for having Sam Wardenberg out there. Everyone is better off for having him out there. But to see an injury like that, where it's all good and well for players that are prone and they have a bad hamstring, but to have a contact injury like that landing on a shoe is pure unlucky.
Sheer bad luck. Same thing happened to Xavier Cooks in the first few minutes of that game.
Well, it's going to be on the hands of Jack McVeigh now to carry this team over the line. Just a 12-point margin. We've seen that erased very, very quickly in this league. Taylor, who started up his production over the last few minutes, gets into the paint for another two.
It's a different Terry Taylor since that timeout. He has been way more aggressive, and now timeout called by Adam Ford.
10 points the margin as Sam Wardenberg tragically helps his way back to the locker room. He'll take no part, you would imagine, in the rest of this game. And right now for the Taipans, they're
overcompensate on this.
holding a 10-point lead. Let's lift this to 40.
But again, he wants that left hand. He's super effective at Barron getting on that left hand. We good? Stat jumping for Mo for me. Listen up. Pick, they're switching on that first screen, and I don't mind it, okay? So don't be afraid to bury it a little bit lower, then we change the angle. Marcus can set it more like a pin down. Cool with that? So then you can look to come up this way or look to turn the corner, be aggressive on. Then if you don't have it, Marcus can still pop out, we get two sides. They're switching that first screen to pick. Let's go.
Derek, what do you speak for the Taipan? What are you saying?
Well, right there, Damon, I don't think anyone is really focused on the X's and O's there. I think they're naturally thinking about their teammate, Sam Wardenberg. We know how this goes. We know what the situation is like. Everyone is thinking, wow, this just happened again?
Yeah, I mean, it's human nature. This is your brother over there, and he's already been through the wars, and you think he's been coming back, he's been playing good basketball, and now, you know,
they're going to be fine, but it's like, how long does it take to snap back?
Yeah, and we don't want to speculate too much, of course, just appeared to be the ankle as Jack McVeigh draws some contact on the three-point line, go to the line. Joe, down to you.
Let's go, guys. Injury to Sam Wardenberg there definitely took the wind out of the fans here at the arena. You never want to see it. I don't know if you guys could see it off camera, but I think it was Terry Taylor's foot that he landed on. He actually went to help Sam up, and he brushed him away. He simply couldn't move, but a nice gesture there from Taylor. But just on him as well, obviously starting to come alive here in the third. Darren McDonough challenged him after their last game to get after it. Not necessarily to force shots, but more have more of an impact at the offensive end. He said, you're an import, we brought you out here to get buckets. Is he doing enough for your liking, or do you still want to see more?
Not doing enough, Joe. Not doing enough, and Darryl McDonough does not mince words. There's a certain standard that imports all have to, you know, it's the written rule. We got you out here for a reason, whether it be getting assists, whether it be defending, but you got to show a certain level of aggression. And there's a casualness about Terry Taylor. The D-Mac sees and he doesn't like it, so he's got to call him out from time to time.
Maldonado with a rather unusual attempt. Statman, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Throws it up, heavily contested.
Now this is a stretch of play where McVeigh needs to be featured in the Taipans offense. And the onus is on either himself or Andrews to make sure that's the case.
Nice tough move on the far stronger Schofield there from Dukas.
And a little mini flex too on Dukas. A little mini flex. He liked that matchup straight away.
Lee up top. Statman tries to find Jack McVeigh, who's well guarded. Gets his way into the middle of the paint, draws some contact that goes unwhistled, but he'll rattle it in.
Well, again, the Bullets without a shot blocker in there. Taipans should just be patient, then attack the rim as Maldonado.
Nice move from Hunter Maldonado.
Is he going to get 20 free throw attempts this game? What's he up to?
This will be free throw number 14.
And he's worked his way to the rim and gotten himself legitimate free throws. These aren't tic-tac fouls.
Yeah, I don't know what Cody Statman was thinking, just flying by him like that, giving him the lane. But, Darren, let me pose this question to you. Obviously, your prolific scoring ways had a lot to do with your natural arrogance. Do you think that players' personalities lend to having that real alpha dog scoring type mentality? Because we're talking about players being real passive. You was never passive, and I put that down to your supreme confidence in yourself.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, but you also can't be afraid of the failure and living with the results when they don't go your way. And I think that's what prohibits a lot of players from being aggressive. You might go out there as a team leader and go 5 for 21 and take the L. You know what? That's inevitable if you're aggressive and you have that level of confidence. But over the checks and balances, you have the belief and the skill set to know it's going to go your way more often than not.
You certainly have the checks and balances because you've already mentioned what does the scoring, Darren, but the assist record as well.
Technical foul.
I saw it coming.
Technical foul there on
saw it coming.
Andrews.
Andrew Andrews is complaining about the last call. He just wouldn't let it go.
Guys, above the free throw line.
You got a 9-point lead. Soon as a call doesn't go his way, Derek, the default is to complain.
And as a player, you must understand referees communicate with one another. I'm sure they have their little chat groups and they discuss technicals and behavior and all those types of things. He is a marked man now, whether that is the right thing to say or not.
And that was a dumb move because that is his third personal at the moment. So currently, Kyron Galloway with 19 points, 8 of 10 for the field, is sitting on 3 along with Andrew Andrews, who has 10 assists to his name already. So two of the biggest contributors in foul trouble for the Taipans, and the Bullets starting to show a little bit more wares on the offensive end.
Well, Felix, I have a feeling that he leads the league in tech fouls this season. That's purely anecdotal and watching games.
It'd have to be a Taipan.
Probably complaining about fouls too, not getting them.
Well, I don't think that's an official stat, but I agree with you.
Barker gets Taylor out of his shoes. That one rattles off.
And what players don't also realize, you want to be right, but you're wrong. So now you're compromising the backcourt. So now Lockie Barker is asked to do way more than what he's expecting. Here he goes again, Maldonado.
Maldonado. Having his way with the Cairns defense. He's up to 23 points, 3 assists, and 3 boards. What a performance from Hunter Maldonado. Aggressive from the get-go. McVeigh looks to answer back. The Brisbane Bullets are coming.
Off his leg.
Momentum all the way of the Bullets right now as we look at this replay. Double cross spin as easy as you like, and God knows where he threw that one up from.
You know what? He could have easily got an and one. Did he complain? Did he look at the ref and say and one? He didn't say nothing. He just went down and played D on the other end. I like his poise there. I like his temperament.
Maldonado might be adding another 0 to his NBL paycheck as he gets yet another bucket. He's up to 25.
He's quick, and he's about 6'5", and that's the deceptive part about his game. I only realized that when I actually met him in person in Brisbane, and now Maldonado's picked up a cheap one.
Picked up a cheap foul there, and we saw him getting his hand iced before.
Yeah, that was a foul on purpose to go and have a look at his finger.
And that's 3 personal fouls for Hunter Maldonado as well.
Dr. Damon, what's it look like?
I personally would have tried to see if I could score with a bad thumb myself. I mean, as hot as he is right now, Derek.
Well, he's having the game of his NBL career. 25 points, 3 dimes, 3 boards. And the Cairns Taipans have had to go back to Andrew Andrews with that foul trouble.
And that's interesting. Yeah, 40 went right back to him.
Both teams in the bonus now as well. Any foul heading to the free throw line.
And coming into this game, I heard so many people saying, oh, it's 9 versus 10, blah, blah, blah. Our history in this league tells you these games are always going to be filled with some type of drama. Something's going to pop off to keep you interested.
And you know what? if the two top teams go to head-to-head and it's going to be close, you've got to say the same for the bottom. It's like for like. If I'm watching 2 under 15 teams play soccer, that's better than watching one versus a pro team. We got a level matchup here. Two teams that are allergic to the defensive end.
That's why, Derek, I never liked that 12-point lead that Cairns had at the half. It just felt like it was too easy. And all of a sudden, you got yourself a game.
And the Bullets need to find a way to capitalize on this momentum.
Travel.
And a travel there. And Andrew Andrews has to be very, very careful with his reactions here to the official. With one technical already under the belt, another one means he's on his way to the car park.
At least he had a smile on his face that time, because he didn't know now.
I think a cool-headed Jack McVay came in at the right time as well. 2 minutes remain in this third term. Smith-Milner, he could stroke it from the outside. That's off.
I think you got to still keep going through Terry Taylor. Stay aggressive. It's only a 6-point deficit. He had Wardenberg on him before, and I feel like he's got the strength there to get his shot off against Jack McVay.
I agree. He's had an outstanding quarter.
Andrew Andrews threads the needle, can't notch up his 11th assist. 6-point ball game. The margin was 12 at halftime. Divas. Taylor has been far more aggressive after motivation from Darryl McDonald, and it pays dividends there. Another 2.
Nice little face-up move. Hard jab to his left, cross step, made a really tough running left-handed shot off the glass.
Taylor up to 16 points on the evening.
Cam's looking stagnant.
If I'm Admiral Schofield, I'm not going to let Tristan Divas just rest on defense on me.
McVay guarded tightly by Taylor. Fades away, that's his shot.
Smart, and that's what I'm talking about. When you're the top dog, sometimes you must be selfish like that and shoot the basketball. The proper play was to pass.
Jack McVay quietly, Taylor.
Oh boy.
Double cross, easy 2. 18 points with Terry Taylor. Let's go down to Joe courtside.
Yeah, just a very quick update on the injuries, guys. Hunter Maldonado has his thumb and forefinger taped up. He just got that redone out the side. He's now back on the Bullets bench. Sam Wardenberg still out the back. His left foot is in an ice bucket. He's sat there with the trainers just having a chat, but obviously disappointed, and we won't see him again.
Certainly disappointing stuff. McVay with a nice bucket right at the end of the shot clock to just wrestle back.
Jack McVay has a healthy dose of scoring arrogance. He firmly believes he's better. His offense is better than your defense.
Smith-Milner on the buzzer. Top of the backboard, not what he was looking for. And the Brisbane Bullets with a fantastic third term, uncharacteristic from what we've seen this year in the third quarters. But we've got ourselves a ball game heading into the fourth, which we'll see you soon.
Thanks to Mick and his team at NQ Forklifts, your local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider. They're based in Cairns, but they service Cairns, Mossman, Atherton, Tablelands, and the Castleberry Coast. Let's give it up for William. It's that simple. All you got to do is scan and put your section seat number and name. This could be you.
Congratulations, NQ Forklifts is your local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider. Based in Cairns, NQ Forklift Service in Cairns, Boston,
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL's the Cairns Taipans with a narrow 6-point lead over the Brisbane Bullets. Listening in to Adam Ford at three-quarter time, he said, guys, it's been sloppy, but we've got to stay with it. When we get to the rim, they can't stop us. We've got 1 quarter to go. Let's close this out.
Thank you, Joe. We've got a ball game on our hands. It was a two-man wrecking ball. Hunter Maldonado and Terry Taylor that have forced the Bullets' hand back into this game, trailing by 12 at the half. We're going to have ourselves a finish. Maldonado having himself a fantastic night, the best so far of his career in the NBL. His previous scoring high was 18, and that was a game against the Bullets, and it was the last game that he was cut. Ooh, nice pass there, too hot to handle for Jacob Holt. King on the break. Damon Lowry and Derek Rucker guiding you through this. Dukas.
Now, yes, Alex Dukas can make that three. Did he realize when he got the dribble handoff that the switch had Terry Taylor and Andrew Andrews? He didn't even notice it, Derek. This is what I'm talking about. You got to know where the strength is and go to the mismatch like this is a mismatch.
Andrews finds his way to the paint. Nice pass.
And all that was created by Jack McVay having a mismatch. Defense got to help. Now you kick it out. Now you got an advantage.
And often when we talk about players and their shooting stats and reasons why they're not shooting the ball well, usually it's shot selection. As Maldonado finds Holt inside. If you take quality shots at this level, most guys have the skill set to shoot above average. But when you take poor shots, you generally get poor results.
Dukas is a very, very good three-point shooter, so you can understand the confidence. Hasn't quite been able to find his rhythm tonight. King.
See, this is smart. Jack McVay got the mismatch on Alex Dukas and Hunter Maldonado. Andrew Andrews was patient, went inside, and you can see Dukas thinking, do I go down and help? Do I double? Got caught in no man's land on the reversal. Everybody's in rotations. They draw a foul.
Andrews, 8 seconds.
Same thing, right back to it.
McVay, guarded by Maldonado. The double comes. Nice kick out.
This is simple basketball.
4-point play.
This is simple basketball. You ain't got to get cute and do a whole bunch of extra stuff. Keep going to the well.
Well diagnosed by you and explained as we look at the Amy replay. But again, exploit mismatches. And then the game becomes easy. You catch, you shoot, you score.
And the unselfishness of Jack McVay. His teammates know how unselfish. He knew the double was coming and everybody was in their spot ready to go. And when you have the reputation like that, it allows guys to not just stand on their heels and think you're going to throw up a prayer.
The only problem will be if Cairns all of a sudden decide, okay, it's equal opportunity, let me have a go. Keep doing that until they do something different.
Taylor can't pick up where he left off. And the Brisbane Bullets, at an interesting point in the game. Can't let the lead balloon out too far from here. They've already fought back once. Can they do it again?
Do all of that just to get to this. Do all of that, Derek, just to get to this.
McVay, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Will the double come? It does. Tipped away. Norton on the break. Nice finish over the more athletic Galloway. And a timeout to the Brisbane Bullets.
Now that play there, I thought Andrews on that one, once they made the adjustment and just hedged over a little bit, Andrews should have read that and cut through and then create a different dynamic on the perimeter for the Bullets to have to deal with. and I wouldn't be surprised if McVay is pointing that out. You already got the and 1 3 ball. Now you go to the next level and make an adjustment.
Adam Ford spent some time with the Kangaroos as the men's coach, and he was at a World Cup, he was in an Asia Cup 3x3, and he saw how mismatches are not only heavily favored, they're created. They will make a mismatch and hunt it. He is now, I'm seeing some elements of his 5-on-5, his coaching, what he's doing now in the NBL. I'm seeing some similarities from what he did when we were overseas.
Eight-point lead to the Cairns Taipans. And the Brisbane Bullets heavily undermanned. No Tyrell Harrison, Sam McDaniel, Javon Freeman, Liberty Dakota Mathias, and Lamar Patterson. The entire engine room ripped out of this team, and remarkable that they're still remaining competitive here.
They've got a competitive starting lineup out.
Yeah. That one's tipped away. Maldonado on the break. Ooh, nice finish. It almost looked like the defender disappeared in midair.
We got to change the narrative on Hunter Maldonado. The Hunter you think you knew in Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix, this is a different dude.
Darryl McDonald, one of the best coaches a point guard could work under, and we're seeing Maldonado flourish in the early stages of his tenure under McDonald.
Well, he plays with command.
Once again, easily into the paint, kicks it out to Taylor, who turns down the three, tries to thread the needle, finds it.
That was a foul. Holt got hacked across the arms. The Taipans get away with one.
Appeared to be that.
Big boy, you just got to suck it up because you're not at the level yet where you're going to get the benefit of the doubt, unfortunately. Harsh but true, Damon.
Facts. And we don't need you out there complaining and moaning about it neither, trying to get any tech fouls. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Six-point margin. Andrew Andrews, the first player this year to have double-figure assist games in the same round. Notching up 13 against Melbourne United in Wednesday's Ignite Cup action. Lee through the middle.
Okay.
Draws the contact from Holt. He'll go to the line.
Not a bad outcome here for the Bullets. I thought the skip pass was on Felix from Lee, but he elected to put it on the deck. Drew the foul, and now he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Charity struggle he's had storied struggles from. The Bullets 17 from 24 to the Taipans 7 of 8. Hadn't got to the free throw line too much.
52%. 52% free throw shooter, but he's shooting 100%, Derek, when the game is on the line.
Yeah, Damon, we remember what he did in a clutch situation. And unfortunately, that situation did not carry over to this one. Bullets still with a chance to cut this to a one-possession game at best.
Plenty of time left to go, 6.5. Both of these teams on the bottom of the ladder. Steph Maldonado, jump ball on his way through the rim, and that'll go the opposite way.
Hunter Maldonado has no respect for Cairns Taipans' interior defense. Their ball screen defensive rules, he got no respect for none of that.
Again, McVay has been so good in this game, but of the top 5 scorers in the league, he is last in terms of field goals attempted per game, only at about 14. I would love to see his usage increase.
Andrew Andrews can't complete that, but Jack McVay doing a great job of passing out of the double. But would you like to see him a little bit aggressive and maybe make that move a bit earlier, Derek?
Correct.
And Jack has got it. Terry Taylor gets on the rim, tips in his miss, and it is a 4-point game.
And also, let's vary up where his scoring catches are. We get too much of a steady dose now. The Bulls are starting to adjust.
As much as Damon's been begging to go back to the well, it is getting awfully predictable on this end of the floor for the Taipans.
Jack is too easy to find on defense, Derek. Like situations like that, that's an easy double team.
Once again. As you said, Derek, McVeigh makes the move quick, no time for the double, and that, while it may look like a tough shot to many, that's his bread and butter.
What if he was coming off some action, Derek, where you actually had to chase Jack McVeigh? Instead, he's so easy to find.
Turnouts off of Galloway, put him in some on balls as Terry Taylor.
One man wrecking ball
busy, Felix. 22 points.
Got out of the gate slow, and then a fierce talking to, according to Joe Healy, from Darryl McDonald in one of the timeouts has lit a fuse beneath it.
Across the shoulder. Yeah.
And from an individual perspective, which is often important in these types of games, as guys are, as we see Sam Wardenberg.
See there the ankle. McVeigh gets into the paint, nice reverse layup.
But my point was we're getting some really good individual performances. Maldonado's got 27, McVeigh 23, Galloway 19, Taylor 22. Maldonado at the cup again.
And he has wreaked havoc at the rim.
Damon, he's changed your mindset about him, right?
100%. Now, mind you, we was having a chat way back in some early episodes of Overtime.
Yes, sir.
When everybody on this panel wasn't necessarily sold on young Hunter, but he's made a believer out of us.
Oh, he's a believer. And I'm a believer in the Ignite Cup, because the Hungry Jacks Ignite Cup, presented by Disney+, it is heading to the Gold Coast this February. If you want to get involved, jump over to nbl.com.au/Ignite Cup for all the updates ladder as we edge closer and closer to crowning the inaugural Ignite Cup winners. And you know what? The only thing that matters, who's taken home the $400,000 prize, with what I'm told is 60% of that directly to the players.
So no Ignite Cup this week, Felix.
No, because everyone will be on a plane to Hoops Fest apart from me.
And D-Mac is leaving Hunter Maldonado, rightfully so, on the floor with his 4 fouls.
And you've got to do it at this point of the game. 4-point lead to the Taipans. Andrews, nice skip pass there. 13 assists on the game for Andrew Andrews, equaling his tally, his career high against Melbourne. Maldonado, again, deep into the paint, can't finish that time, but he'll get his own rebound. Norton, plenty of time on the shot clock. And he'll draw the foul on Andrew Andrews, which will be his 4th for the game.
Fouls on number 12, Andrew Andrews.
Joins Kyron Galloway on 4.
Oh, things are getting really testy and interesting. Now with foul trouble to Andrews and Maldonado.
And Adam Ford with really no option but to let this one play out.
You look at where Cairns Taipans going to get their buckets. Jack McVeigh will get double teamed. D-Mac is not going to let him play one-on-one. Admiral Schofield is giving you no offense. So it's going to have to be Andrews and somehow get Jack McVeigh in some better spots.
I look to get in that middle cylinder and a really high on ball. Or look at it right there.
Andrews works up that on ball.
Now he's in space, Felix, so he can go to work. See, be aggressive there.
It's that Derek Rucker mentality. Pass gets tipped away. Bullets will come up with it. A chance to tie the game with a 3 here. And when Sam Wardenberg went down injured, the Taipans led by 12. That one's off. Norton will try to wrestle in his own rebound. He's unsuccessful. The biggest lead of the game, 16 to the Taipans.
And Mitch Norton didn't want to take that 3, but he was so open he felt he had to take it there. Only shooting 16% on the season so far from downtown. So, of course, teams are going to leave him open out there.
Taipans looking to answer back. McVeigh, there's the aggression Derek Rucker asked for.
I'd rather that than the turnover.
There's Terry Taylor with the mismatch.
Smith-Milner. That attempt's off, and Taylor. Pass is tipped away. 3 minutes left in this final term.
Is there any chance I can get Admiral Schofield posting up Mitch Norton? Is there any chance of that?
No chance.
Damn!
8 seconds on the shot clock. Andrews steps back. Mashes it. Massive bucket from Andrew Andrews.
They just needed any kind of point, any kind of bucket, and that is the same line he had last game. 13 points.
13.
What was the odds?
And again, despite a few glitches, he's been pretty damn good in this one. And making a case for himself, having a permanent spot going forward with the Taipans. Again, another franchise where we don't know what next season is going to look like.
As it always is, because we know one thing that always happens with the Taipans and these smaller market teams is someone comes and scoops their talent from the big cities. And speaking of the big cities, the Sydney Kings Thursday Night Hoops Fest kicks off 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, but Brisbane Bullets hopefully are able to put up a decent fight like they're putting up tonight, and we don't see what we saw with New Zealand, Damon. You know, I know you still haven't gotten them over that.
Yeah, that was we were scarred. But now the Sydney Kings come to town, come to Perth and Hoops Fest. Can they still get up and play the same intensity there against a team that's down the bottom? Because like I said, it seems to be human nature to just relax when you think it's going to be easy.
But doesn't this Georgian team look like a Magic team from back in the day?
It does, because what they did to New Zealand, they said they just put them to the sword immediately.
And then a convincing win against Melbourne United. Sydney have won 8 of their last 10, and defensively, they're #1 in the league.
And you'd love to see the emotion on the sideline shown by Brian Goorjian after that win, because he's come under a little bit of scrutiny. Most would say undeserving over especially last season.
As a player, you want your coach to show that level of emotion and care about what you guys are trying to do as a group.
Have you ever had a coach hug you like that, Derek, after game? Show that much love to you?
Only if he was forced to.
Taylor on the block. Gets it poked away. The Taipans with the momentum. 6-point lead, a little over 2 minutes remain. Bullets 4 consecutive losses. The Taipans coming off a big win over Melbourne United. McVeigh spins back, front rim. Bullets are out. Dukas, early shot clock. Doesn't matter, cash it. Massive hit from Alex Dukas.
Dukas said, everybody just calm down. This game is not over. Good push in transition. Some of the best threes to take is in that situation.
Down to you, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for listening in to the Bullets. That last timeout. Darren McDonald knows this game isn't over, as you just said, Damon. He wants his guys playing simple basketball, though, crashing the boards. They're losing the rebound count at the moment. It's about getting consecutive stops. See how they go here.
Massive defensive possession there from the Bullets. Shot clock violation.
You guys are holding each other. It's
And
really
the ball
hard.
movement, Derek, and body movement that Cairns Taipans played with in that first quarter, it is now gone. It is now terminal basketball.
It's hard to make a decision, but I hear what you're
It
saying.
is, and obviously it's been affected by the loss of Sam Wardenberg. But Kyron Galloway's foul trouble, as we see, he is about to check back in. That's had an impact also.
Maldonado, he's been the difference for the Bullets. Smith-Milner.
Wow.
He cashes one as well, and we are all tied up at the Cairns Convention Centre. 16 points down.
Great job there by Maldonado, probing. He's been killing them with the penetration to the cup. Realizes there's a wall in front of him. Great kick-out pass. Smith-Milner 3-ball.
An amazing fight back from the Bullets at down 16, heavily undermanned. And when Sam Wardenberg went down, this Cairns Taipans team was 12 points up. What a difference it's been since then.
Hey, Damon, D-Mac told you, the coach is right here.
The coach is right here.
Andrews. Passes it. Big shot from Andrews. 16 and 13 on the night. Maldonado gets into the paint, draws contact.
He's slippery, Damon.
Just, like you said, deceivingly big. Marcus wants this challenged.
Let's see if he's got merit in it.
Not the way he came down to karate chop.
That's almost an automatic unsuccessful challenge when we see the karate chop.
It's like reaching in on the drive. Bit of trivia for you guys. Who was the last Taipan to have consecutive 13-assist games?
Wow, that's a great question. And I'll have to go back.
Scotty Machado, 2021. Maldonado good on the first.
This is Maldonado's 18th free throw attempt.
30 points on the night. He's left a few at the charity stripe as well. Converts the second.
Love a point
ball game. Under a minute remains.
Love a point guard that can get to the line. Points with the clock stop are valuable.
Andrews in no rush. Lee.
Oh!
And an offensive foul. Marcus Lee dips the shoulder on the screen.
Another good call, consistent with the way it's been called all season. Marcus Lee's going twirly bird. I think Ford has no chance, no choice here, but the chance is luck. I don't think he'll be successful.
He might as well challenge it, but I agree with you. But I'm just so sick of seeing 7-footers doing dribble handoff. They're not the most nimble out there.
But why are they going away from their strength as it is? They're coming over here to run a dribble handoff between Galloway and Lee.
Let's have a look closer at this Amy Coach's challenge.
Please be successful. Please be successful.
There's not a lot in that.
For the integrity of the game.
Does Lee land and set?
Maldonado ran into him,
but does Lee establish himself as a screener?
It looks like he establishes his feet at least, and it didn't look like it did at the first point.
I don't think it's going to be
cylinder.
successful. No.
It's certainly far closer than it appeared in real time.
I mean, what are we doing? All you got to do is run into the guy. Run into the guy and fall down, and you are getting that. You're right, Derek. It has been consistent because it's been happening all season.
Coach's challenge unsuccessful, and Marcus Lee, after looking at the footage, still not happy about that one.
You got to get to a spot and stop.
Well, as we heard there, he was not stopped on the spot that he had to get to. And now, in a close game, Damon, Adam Ford doesn't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, you wanted to challenge him.
Yes. Well, I felt you had to, but
and I agree with you.
Even though the challenge was unsuccessful, it wasn't a bad challenge by any stretch. The Bullets here with a chance to take the lead.
2 for 1.
Maldonado spins, fades. Can't connect.
Gas shot.
Yep.
And a 1-second differential between shot and game clock. The Bullets
got a foul.
We're going to have to foul.
Got a foul.
And Norton is going to need to get a hurry on.
Why?
Precious time.
1 second differential.
Wasted there from the Bullets.
Yeah, I mean, 12 seconds is still plenty of time to come down and get his shot off,
but they let 9.
Yeah, they let a lot of time go off.
10 seconds run off the clock. I thought it was immediate foul.
You could have left yourself with more than one opportunity potentially by fouling early.
You didn't want Jack McVay to get the ball, and Andrew was not going to pass it in that situation.
Andrew Andrews perfect from the line so far tonight, 3 for 3.
Now, it is clear the Bullets are playing a better style and a more competitive brand of basketball since Daryl McDonald has taken over, especially in the game against Adelaide, and then again here tonight against Cairns. They look better organized as Andrews knocks down the second 3-point lead, Taipans.
3-point ball game timeout to Daryl McDonald and the Brisbane Bullets. What can he come up with?
See, the problem is now with 11.8 on the clock, you almost have to go for the 3. You can still try and get a quick 2, but if you had another 10 seconds, it changes how this looks.
Looked to be a little bit of miscommunication on that final defensive possession, with Mitch Norton looking to the bench asking, what do we do here? What do we do here? For a team that has their nucleus out, they've had a coaching change. You can understand that there'd be a little bit of confusion.
Mitch Norton's been around long enough to know you got to foul in that situation and save as much time as possible. Now, I'm on record as saying, I'm sure you are too, Derek, you the Cairns Taipans, I am not letting you shoot a 3 for the tie.
We went through this yesterday.
We are doing the foul game.
Yep. Now, yesterday, I thought they fouled too early in the game. I would let that ball get down to half court, maybe one dribble within half court, foul.
Now, I think Daryl is, they've advanced the ball. I'm guarding the 3-point line. If my man is inside the key, There's no way I'm even going to guard him.
And sorry, my mistake, because they're advancing the ball, so you've got to do it probably off the first or second dribble, but there is also the possibility that the player may raise up. It becomes a bit trickier from the sideline here, Damon.
And the Bullets shooting 20%, 3 for 15 on the night from the three-point line. They'll have to pull a rabbit out of their hat here. 10 seconds.
Foul. Oh, you left too late.
Off the back rim rebound. Jack McVay tips it away, and he's out on the break. And that is all she wrote from the Cairns Convention Centre. Yet another thriller for the Cairns Taipans, fresh off a close win against Melbourne United. They notch another one on the board here.
Troy Smith-Milner had a great look at it. That's just the way the ball bounces, and Cairns did just enough.
And unfortunately for the Brisbane Bullets, the team that struggles notoriously from the three-point line, were left with no other option.
And just a scramble of a last offensive possession by the Bullets. They didn't get a great look at the three, but I thought the mismanagement in the previous possession really set them up for failure. Wow, what a game it turned out to be.
That's the thing, a lot of people look at these clashes between the bottom two teams and think it's going to be a poor game. Well, it certainly wasn't that. It had storylines all through it. McVay, 25 points on the night, a remarkable efficiency, 11 of 18. And Hunter Maldonado, 31 points, and he left plenty. He left another 5 points out there on the free throw line.
Had 5 rebounds and 5 assists as well.
We found a way to fucking get it done. Good shit, we recruit, we recover, we go to push, we get another one. That makes it 3 in a row. Get on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Jack McVay is already talking about let's get the perf and go extend the winning streak.
While finals may be out of the picture for the Taipans this year, it's if they can keep Jack McVay and some of this nucleus together, you roll that all over. But let's go down to the Foot Locker player of the game with Joe Healy, Jack McVay.
Thanks, Felix. Jack, back-to-back wins for the second time this season. You put the cherry on top there. How proud are you of the way you guys held them off in that fourth quarter?
I mean, it was all right, but we need to be better, to be honest. So we were up by a good margin, playing some good basketball in the first half, and the same thing happened in the second. So I'm not happy with that, and we got to go into the lab and continue to improve.
Sam Wardenberg goes down injured. It almost takes the wind out of this place. What's the mindset at that point? Because obviously you've got to dig deep. You guys really certainly did dig deep.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back there and making sure he's okay, and if he's not, that would suck. But I expect him to bounce back, and we look forward to playing in Perth.
He had a big impact when he was on, so too did Drew. But I want to ask about Kyron Galloway. How impressed have you been with him, especially over the last couple of weeks?
Nah, he's continued to improve this season. I mean, he's fixing up some off-court habits, improving the way he's eating, the way he's lifting, the way he's living his life, and like it's starting to reflect on court. And it's funny how those two things go hand in hand, and he's starting to reap the rewards of putting in consistent work over the last couple of months.
And just one word on these fans, obviously a rescheduled game, but they came out 2 nights later and just about packed this place. How important were they for you tonight?
Oh, for sure. They helped us get over it, and man, they keep showing up every single game, and I'm grateful because that's why I play.
Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it.
Hard-pressed to find a better leader of men out there than Jack McVay. What a performance yet again from the Cairns Taipans, who may be a little too late. They're starting to find a bit of rhythm and just showing fans what could have been throughout NBL 26 had they stayed healthy. A big win for the Taipans. We'll wrap it up on the other side of this break. Well, the Taipans, first time in a long time, fully healthy. And we showed just what they could be capable of if they had been able to keep that during the meat of the season. The Brisbane Bullets heavily undermanned, an entire starting five almost missing from this game. They dropped down by 16 points and they fought valiantly back into this game. And unfortunately for them, but fortunately for the Taipans, they got it done.
Yeah, the Cairns Taipans made tough work out of it, and like you heard Jack McVay say, he's not happy because they were playing a certain brand. It was conducive to winning, and then things went a little bit pear-shaped, but it was some big shots made, namely Andrew Andrews came up big in the clutch.
Well, I'm going to give Jack McVay a little bit of a break there because I thought the Taipans were dominating the game until Sam Wardenberg went down. Then when you couple that with the foul trouble to Kyron Galloway, things got tough, but they've got to figure out a way to play through that and continue to build throughout the rest of this season.
Hey, Jack McVay was the footlocker player of the game, but we got 2 point guards here, so I'm going to let you chop it up about Andrew Andrews because he was remarkable yet again. Back-to-back super performances.
Damon, he's getting better week by week. Last game in that victory over Melbourne United, he had 13 and 13. He backs it up with 18 and 13 today, and his decision-making continues to improve. Although we saw a little bit of emotional dysfunction at one point that jeopardized his status in the game, he recovered and finished strongly.
I will give him all the credit in the world for that, too, because he was on his 4th foul as well. So, yeah, he came out and he made up his mind early that he was going to get his guys involved. In 7 assists, he had no turnovers in that first quarter, playing some great basketball. And then when the money's on the line, when it's time to make big shots, that's when he is his most comfortable, because now he gets to be himself, hit some big threes late just to get the win.
Taipans in a nice little rhythm. Let's check out the Mitsubishi Motors live ladder to see where these teams now sit. The Taipans, well, they ain't bottom.
Well, that's bad
all
news.
you got to care about at the moment.
That's bad news for Brisbane. As you alluded to before, that timber spoon is not one that you want to take home and put on the mantelpiece. But the Taipans now, hey, why not make a run at the play-in?
Hey, you never know. Crazier things have happened. Hey, the win for the Taipans does come at a little bit of a cost with Sam Wardenberg going down. Heartbreaking scenes for a guy that's just dealt with injuries all year. It's tough to be medical here and speculate on the injury, but it looked like he's going to spend a little bit of time on the sidelines.
NBL26 has given us way too many injuries to too many guys, and hopefully Sam Wardenberg, who's missed the 3/4 of the season already through the injury, who was playing good basketball too, hopefully he's not out for too long.
Yeah, best wishes to Sam, and great win by the Taipans.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes, Jam TV, and everyone who puts this stuff to air. We'll see you on Thursday.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Okay, this is camera left, camera left, camera left, camera left. And this is camera right, this is camera right, this is camera right. Okay, thank you.